From Brunswick Community College today on YouTube, it's Dolphins basketball. As Brunswick hosts Richard Bland, the Stateswomen at 5-16. Dolphins are 4-14. Richard Bland 2-7 on the road, 5-13 in Region 10. Dolphins are 3-7 at home and 2-14 in the region. Hi, everybody. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. We're a doubleheader for Dolphins basketball for you here on this Saturday afternoon. And let's get things started here with the starting lineups. First for Richard Bland. It's number 0, Denia McClure. Number 1 is Ariana Brent. Number 4 is Malaya Hodges. Number 12 is Kamaya Early. And number 13 is Ava Meaner. And now for Joe Gaughan and your Dolphins today, it's number 4, Chelsea Rivera. Number 5 is Princess Kennedy. Number 15, Nashia Williams. Number 22, Destiny Mitchell. And number 30 is Kaya Starling. Richard Bland losing yesterday against Cape Fear, and for Brunswick, lost to Bryan and Stratton, the two nationally ranked programs in Region 10, both beating each of these teams respectively. So, Dolphins on the road, that 3-game road trip, they lost all 3. 2-game road trip just followed today. They'll be at Fayetteville Tech on Monday and then at Cape Fear on Wednesday. This is the regular season finale on the road for Richard Bland. They'll go home on Tuesday to have their regular season finale against Bryan and Stratton. So a couple of Virginia schools will battle. These two teams meeting for the second time this year. Dolphins won the previous meeting 65-63. Turnovers were the difference in that game. Brunswick had 14 steals, forced 23 turnovers. Brunswick was +9 from the free throw line, despite going 0 of 11 from 3. So we're ready to go. As Early and Kennedy tip it, and it's won by the Dolphins. So Brunswick trying to sweep Richard Bland and get its 3rd Region 10 victory. Williams has it far side. Starling in the corner out to Destiny, and her jumper is off the back iron. A rebound controlled by Brent. For Richard Bland, Hodges looking to get it down low to Early. And Early almost lost it, got it back, and then we have a whistle. So it'll be Hodges to inbound it now. And the runner comes up short by Brent. So both teams come up empty on their opening possession as the Dolphins and Richard Bland. Two teams in the region that have struggled a bit offensively. Kaya Starling, nobody's picking her up, and her turnaround jumper is good. So Starling on her way to the hoop, lost the dribble, able to recover. Nobody bothered to come at her, and she buries the first shot. 2-zip as Brent goes far side to Hodges. Here is Early. McClure. This is Meaner. The jumper in the lane is good. Ava Meaner came in averaging just 0.7 points per game into the weekend. But she ties us here at 2 apiece. Entry pass for Kennedy deflected. Princess able to recover. What a second half of the season it's been for Princess Kennedy as they look for her down low. Good anticipation and the defense there on the steal. I believe that was McClure. Attacking is Early. It hung on the rim, no good. Starling and Early are tied up, and the jump ball possession arrow will keep it here. So a fresh 20 now as the inbound goes to Brent on the far side of your screen. She'll step into a triple and bury it. Ariana Brent, 15.2 points per ball game, just 27% from three, but good there in the last 5 points to Richard Bland. They lead it by 3. Here's Williams. Rivera and Princess Kennedy off the glass. Princess Kennedy up to over 12 points per ball game. Got her first 2 here, averaging over 15 points per game, 42% shooting, 5.7 rebounds, and 1.8 steals per game for Princess Kennedy in the month of February thus far. Chelsea Rivera, always good on defense, comes up with the steal here, and she's fouled from behind by McClure. So Dolphins will get it back, opportunity to retake the lead. Chelsea Rivera just under 11 points per ball game. Out to Starling, top of the key. She's got early on her. Rivera traveled with the basketball. So Richard Bland will get it back. They lead it 5-4. We're 3 minutes into the game. First of a doubleheader. We'll have the men against Wake Tech about a half hour after this game is complete. Meaner has 2 points. Hodges goes far side, and they swing it down low to McClure. Back out to Hodges. Hodges with 10 on the shot clock. Missed the jumper. The putback is good down low by McClure. So McClure and Brent average about 30 of the 60 points for Richard Bland. They've got 5 of the first 7 for the Stateswomen as they lead at 7-4. Kaya Starling driving, throwing it up off the glass, bucket in the foul. So Kaya Starling, chance to get to 5 points and tie us for the second time already here today. The free throw shooting has improved for Brunswick. Season best 77% in the month of February. And Kaya Starling, 47%. Missed it. Mitchell is there. Mitchell back out to Kaya. Her jumper off the back rim, and the rebound controlled by Early. Early a double-double threat at 8.5 points per game and 8.8 rebounds per contest. They were looking for the cutter Meaner, and more good anticipation defensively. This is a Dolphins team. Kaya Starling again, nobody's picking her up, and they finally meet her. And Fowler, that's 3 team fouls now already on Richard Bland. That pass is intercepted. Here is Hodges on the break. Coming back is Kennedy, and Kennedy fouls her. Jolie Carswell, the head coach now at Richard Bland, a former JUCO player herself in Missouri. As the first free throw no good by Hodges, 73% free throw shooter, one of the better free throw shooters on the team. So first season for Coach Carswell and the Stateswomen, put back by Early on the free throw miss is no good, and Kennedy collects a board. So Dolphins escape there, another opportunity to take the lead here as Janice Smith is in the game. The lone sub today for Brunswick, and as you can see for Richard Bland, not a very deep bench either. They're 7 deep. Dolphins are 6 deep without Amaya Glenn. Brunswick turns it over, so Hodges will inbound it. 4 points for Starling at the start, 3 for Brent for Richard Bland. In the corner, that's McClure, and away from the ball, I think an issue with the shot clock. The clocks are still moving. So they're looking for 25 on the shot clock. I heard it at the gym. And the game clock is, right now we're at 5:04. Trapped in the corner was Early, gets it out to Hodges. 12 to shoot for Richard Bland, back to Early. Nice anticipation there, Destiny Mitchell going one-on-one, couldn't get the bucket. Rebound controlled by, correction, that was Meaner with the rebound. They find McClure on the far side. Brent now left wing. McClure in the corner. Shot clock at 12. McClure steps inside the arc, grazes the rim. Another rebound for Early, and she's going to the free throw line. Kamaya Early will shoot a couple free throws when we come back. 4:26 left to go. It's a 1-point lead for Richard Bland. Well, yesterday, Richard Bland losing at Cape Fear 77-35, and today trying to salvage the road trip and go one-on-one and even the record, even the score against Brunswick, who beat Richard Bland on their home floor up in Virginia. And right now, Stateswomen trying to add to this 7-6 lead. It's Kamaya Early at the free throw line, 55% on the year. And the first one gets the friendly roll. Richard Bland in the month of February, now on a 5-game losing streak, last 4 by double digits. And in February, a season low in points per game at just 57. And shooting just 29% from the field. They are averaging 14.3 offensive rebounds a game in February, though, so got to get on the glass. We've already seen that. Early just got 2 free throw attempts off the offensive rebound putback attempt. So really going to be a key today for Brunswick, taking care of the basketball. They've forced a number of turnovers, a couple of steals already for the Dolphins. Got to keep that up. Kaya Starling for 3. And that's an air ball. Smith chases down the offensive rebound. Princess Kennedy will back it out now. Starling's got 4, Kennedy with 2. Smith comes up short. And the rebound to Meaner. Here's Hodges to the bucket, stripped. Johnny Smith came up with that strip, and here comes Kennedy for Brunswick. Smith attacks, swings it out, looking for Rivera. Some pressure from Hodges. So Hodges forces the turnover. Ball back to Richard Bland. Starling goes out of the game as Williams comes back in, and backing her right down was Early, who scores. So 10-6 advantage now for Richard Bland. 3:17 to go in quarter number 1. It's Williams into the front court. Swings it out to Rivera. Kennedy top of the key. cut off at the half circle. Now Destiny will fire. Can't get it to go. Recognize she missed. Can't follow, but she's fouled. And that'll give an opportunity for Destiny Mitchell to get on the board from the charity stripe. Mitchell 57% this season from the free throw line. So 2-game road trip for the Dolphins following today at Fayetteville Tech on Monday, and then at Cape Fear on Wednesday. And then we're going to be with you Friday at 5 p.m. for Lewisburg, and that'll be our final game of the season for you. Meaner in the corner. It's swung to Brent, top of the key. Nice defense there by Smith. They find early. Corner shot no good. Kennedy saves it. Chased down by Smith, 2-on-2. Here is Rivera going to work. Couldn't get the roll, but again, more free throws to come here for the Dolphins, who are in the bonus with still 2:33 to go here in the opening quarter. Chris Shima, glad to be with you from the home studio in Cleveland, Ohio. Wherever you're watching from, we appreciate it. Chelsea Rivera, 77% free throw shooter. It's the first one to go. So Rivera on the board for the first time as Kaya Starling comes back in, I believe, for Chelsea. We'll check on it. Second tie of the game, no lead changes yet. Richard Bland subbing out early. Tell you about the subbed-in player here in just a moment. Hard to see the jersey numbers, but it's Nyana Hill in. Hill gets the bucket and couldn't score. Got the pass from the right block. So Dolphins' opportunity to go back on top. They let it 2-zip. And a turnover here instead. It's Hill going to work. Nice pass down low. And Hodges off the glass. Hodges' first bucket. 5 different players have scored for Richard Bland to equal 12 points as they retake the lead. Williams hesitates, attacks. Kaya Starling from Destiny Mitchell. Now here is Smith up top. Williams right wing. Starling right of the lane. Kennedy extra pass to Destiny. Jumper no good. Follow up no by Williams. Dolphins are cold from the field. There's Meaner to Brent. Throws it up no. Kennedy another rebound. Kaya Starling gets a screen, goes right of the lane, had it stripped, and she touched it last, out of bounds. So Rivera right back in the game. Looks like for Richard Bland that Hodges goes to the bench. Again, we'll tell you about the sub. Over on that left wing, McClure gets into trouble. Shot clock is down to 10 for Richard Bland. Meaner with the give and go to Brent. Brent over a double team. It's blocked by Starling. Mentioned she's one of the better shot blockers in the region despite being a guard. 1.3 blocks per game on the season. But those numbers have gone up as the Dolphins turn it over. Kaya Starling in the second half of the year since January, 9.1 points per game, 4.2 rebounds. And those blocks again, 1.7. Maya Mewborn is in, by the way. Last shot time for the Dolphins in this turnover-heavy first quarter. Kennedy took it quick, and with 3.8, Richard Bland, if they want a motor, can try to get a final shot. They'll let it roll here. It's picked up by Hill. Hill swings it out, and at the buzzer, no shot attempt will be had. But Richard Bland has a 2-point lead, 12-10 after 10 minutes of play. We'll be back with the second quarter here in just a moment. 12-10 in favor of Richard Bland as we're just about ready to go here in the second quarter. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. Second to last broadcast of the year for the ladies, who will wrap up at home on Friday, we think, against Lewisburg. That game has been rescheduled 3 times already. So we'll see, but that's the plan right now. Williams out to Starling. Hands it right back to Williams on the opposite side. Plenty of time to shoot here for Rivera. Bounce past to Kennedy, and her jumper is short. I can't remember the last time Brunswick made a field goal. They have been ice cold from the field. Starling has 4, then 2 apiece for Rivera, Kennedy, and Destiny. Brent to Meaner down low. That shot too strong. Put back no by Hill, but she draws contact. We've had more points, it feels like, from the free throw line here in this game, both ways, than from the field. Niana Hill, 53% free throw shooter, gets her first point this afternoon. 10.8 points per game, 8.7 rebounds, 4 assists per game off the bench. A really strong player. Gets 1 out of 2 at the line. Lead is 3 for Richard Bland. Here's Rivera front court. Rivera attacks, blows right past the defense, and finger rolls it in. Chelsea Rivera's second bucket. Dolphins trail by 1. We've had 2 ties so far, no lead changes yet. Here's Hill. McClure from the elbow, no good. Rebound by Rivera. Rivera throws it too high, looking for Destiny Mitchell, and it's just been a sloppy game. These two teams playing for the second time this year. Richard Bland falling to Brunswick in Petersburg, 65-63. Dolphins had 14 steals in that game. So far, neither team able to keep care of the basketball. Put back no good by McClure on a couple efforts down low. She misses. Kennedy throws it ahead to Rivera. So Rivera with 4 and Starling with 4. The game's high as it's been balanced offense both ways. Williams scoreless so far, spinning, attacking, and scoring. Williams looking a little more comfortable in the offense as the season has gone on, and she's gotten more run. Mitchell comes away with the steal. So first lead change, second lead of the game for Brunswick as they look to build on it. Down low to Kennedy. Kennedy off the glass. She's blocked from behind. How about the guard, Brent? Nice little swat there. So Starling to inbound it. Williams out deep, back to Kaya. She'll shoot it from way outside off the back rim. Fight for the rebound. Who touched it last? They say it's going off Hill. So Brunswick will get a third crack at it here in this possession. 7:51 to go here in this third quarter. Kennedy in the lane to the bucket. No. Follows her miss. Got stripped. Got it back and made a circus shot. Tough angle there for Kennedy. Dolphins lead by 3. So Kennedy with 4. Rivera with 4. And what a shot there by Brent. It's her second triple. So Brent now becomes the game's leading scorer and gives us our third tie. Kaya Starling cut off. Out to Destiny right of the lane. And she's short on that jumper. Hill with the rebound. Hill looking to go down low in transition. Kennedy with the block. That looked clean to me. Let's see if we can run that one back. As Princess Kennedy going to send McClure to the free throw line. Our replay has been going way too slow. Let me see if I can fast forward it. Yeah, it's not going to work. All right, back to live action. Both free throws were good for McClure. She's up to 4 points. Richard Bland leads by 2. McClure, 71% free throw shooter. Here's Destiny Mitchell coming up short. Ball tipped out. Smith has the offensive rebound. Kaya Starling traveled with the basketball. Jumper no good on the left side from Brent. Here comes Brunswick, trailing by 2. Rivera put a lot on that pass. Starling able to handle. Now Rivera's got it on the wing. Rivera gets around Hill. Hill fouls her, and Chelsea Rivera will go to the free throw line. Chelsea Rivera and Amaya Glenn are 9th and 10th, tied for 9th, actually, in Region 10 in steals per game with 2.4. Rivera misses the first free throw. Normally the best free throw shooter on the team at 77%. Chelsea off on her first. Still a chance to get Brunswick within 1 here. And she does. So 5 for Rivera. 4 for Kennedy and 4 for Starling. Brent leads everybody with 6. She's got the basketball over to Hill. Hill will fire a triple. Rebound controlled by Williams. Rivera back, looking to go back to Williams, and it's taken away. Here's Brent. Brent turns on the Jets. Brent attacks and scores. Tough bucket there as Starling got into the lane there. Forced Brent to a tough angle, and Brent said, I don't care, I'm feeling good right now. And she's got 8 points. 3-point lead for Richard Bland. Smith. Rivera on the block. Rivera flip shot short. Rebound Brent. Brent again, a little extra hop in her step, looking for McClure down low. Here is Hill. Hill rejected by Kaya Starling, her second block. Defense by Starling here today. Rivera now on the wing. Rivera left alone. Fires the jumper, no. Hill with the rebound. Pass deflected by Rivera. Coming away with it was Mitchell, and then she's fouled. Hodges wanted an out-of-bounds call. Instead, it's team foul number 3, I believe, on Richard Bland. Correction, it looks like just 2. So 2 team fouls for each team. But it's the 3rd foul on Hodges. So Coach Carswell has to bring back in early back in the game. Rivera Kaya Starling thought about a triple. Smith fouled by McClure. Both these teams have to be somewhat careful. Not a lot of depth on the bench. Just 7 deep for Richard Bland and just 6 deep for Brunswick. Timeout on the court. We'll step aside. 4:51 to go. Richard Bland leads by 3. As always, big thanks to our friends at Coastal Transplants. Chris Sheeman back here with you. Well, I'm 750 miles away, but I heard Jolie Carswell yelling at her team that entire break as Kaya Starling buries the triple. She's up to 7 points. We are tied at 20, but imploring her team to get on the defensive glass. Coach Carswell, I mean, you could hear her right through the music and everything. She was needless to say, not happy with the effort thus far, as Brunswick and Richard Bland are tied at 20. Chance for McClure to change that at the free throw line. 4 points already for her. Made her first 2 free throws already today, and short on that one. It's a 3rd year for this Richard Bland program and 3 different coaching staffs. So they're hoping that's a lane violation there, as McClure kind of shifted herself forward and was over the line when she took that second free throw. So mistake there. But Richard Bland, of course, hoping that Jolie Carswell can provide some stability to that program. You can't start a program and expect a lot with 3 coaches in 3 years. Princess Kennedy with the runner, and she's going to the free throw line. Princess Kennedy, 12.1 points, 6.6 rebounds on the season. She's got 5 here today. And as I mentioned in February, averaging over 15 points a game, almost 6 rebounds, and almost 2 steals. She's up to 6 points. Dolphins lead by 2, 22-20 in the battle of free throw shooting, basically, here in this game. Hodges cut off on the baseline. McClure gets it top of the key. Brent back to McClure. Too strong off the glass. Princess with another rebound. She needs some help, and she gets it from Rivera. Chelsea. Kennedy. Can't get it to go. Nice defense there by Early. They throw it ahead down low for Brent, and Brent got tied up by Chelsea Rivera. That was some great recovery defensively there for Chelsea Rivera, as Brent, for a moment there, thought she was ahead of the pack. And then Rivera flew back to force the tie-up. It'll stay with Richard Bland, but love the effort. Hill to inbound it. Meaner is back in the game for Richard Bland. Here's Brent on the wing. Hill in the corner. Meaner on the far side to the cutter McClure. McClure turnaround bucket off the back iron. Rebound controlled by Princess Kennedy. who is well on her way to a double-double here today. Smith on the wing. Smith using the baseline, looking for contact. Nice defense there by Hodges. Here is Hill. Hill lost the dribble, and Starling with an easy steal. Kennedy to the bucket. Kennedy coast to coast. Princess Kennedy now with 8, matching Brent for the game high. This is the biggest lead for Brunswick today. 24-20. Catch and shoot by Brent, who was hot moments ago. Missed that time. Kennedy, another defensive board. Put that on repeat. Folks, YouTube is telling me that you guys are maybe having a little trouble viewing the broadcast. If that's the case, let me know in the comments. As they look for Kaya Starling down low. As it touched, it was. So it'll stay with Brunswick with 13 on the shot clock. Starling with 7 points today. Gives way to Rivera, who will inbound it. Again, 13 to shoot. Williams on the wing, back to Kaya. Destiny Mitchell returns. Had it poked away, got it back, out to Starling. Her jumper no good. Another rebound on the long miss. Here's Rivera. Rivera the midi. Rebound controlled by Meaner. So inside 2 minutes to go until halftime. Brunswick leads by 4. It's been quiet on this end for Richard Bland, and McClure will go back to the free throw line. So McClure, free throws number 5 and 6 for her here in this half. Made her first 2, missed the third, and then called for a lane violation on the 4th. So 2 for 4 so far for Denia McClure. One of 3 or 4 players who were double-double threats for Richard Bland. McClure 15.5 points and 7.3 rebounds a game. It's 1 out of 2. Starling saves the rebound. Here's Rivera. Smith. Now Starling from Mitchell. Williams, what a pass. And Destiny with the bucket. Mitchell benefits from that beautiful dime by Williams. Brunswick's now biggest lead is 5. Brent over to Meaner. Brent will fire another triple. Got to close out on her. Offensive rebound. McClure is fouled again. And that will be team foul number 5 on Brunswick. So more free throws for McClure. So McClure, this is a Richard Bland team. It's no surprise from what we've seen in this game. They lead Region 10 in free throw attempts at 23.8 and free throw makes at 14.4. They have made their living at the free throw line here in this first half. And they cut the deficit down to 3s. McClure gets 2 for 2. She's up to 7 points. Here is Williams, top of the key. Handoff to Rivera on the right side. Now Smith at the half circle, back to Williams up top. Rivera, set shot is good for Chelsea. So Rivera's got 7. Brunswick leads by 5, inside a minute to go until halftime. Don't forget, we'll take the halftime break. We'll come back, bring you the first half highlights, second half action as the runner no good by Meaner. McClure too strong off the glass, and Starling with the rebound. Smith looking for Destiny and forced it in a sea of defenders. Now it's McClure again going to work. McClure bounce passes it over to, that was Mewborn. And now Hill is fouled. More free throws for Richard Bland. And it's going to be 3 for Hill now, who hit 1 out of 2 moments ago, back in the first quarter. So 53% on the year from the charity stripe. She's 0 for 1 here in this sequence. Richard Bland in between this game bookend by games against 2 nationally ranked programs. They lost by 42 at Cape Fear yesterday, and then on Tuesday they host Bryan and Stratton. So Hill gets 1 out of 3 only. Last shot time for Brunswick. Region 10 tournament will start a couple of weekends. Cape Fear hosting that. I'll have the call for those games in early March. Jenny Smith to the bucket, no good. Rebound controlled by Mewborn. A couple of seconds to work with here. McClure gets it off, but it's short. Nice defensive first half for the Brunswick Dolphins as they take a 28-24 lead to the locker room. So the Dolphins doing it on both ends of the court. They have a 4-point advantage. We'll take our halftime break, come back, bring you the first half highlights, first half stats here in just a bit. as the Dolphins and Richard Bland. Two teams in the region that have struggled a bit offensively. Kaya Starling, nobody's picking her up, and her turnaround jumper is good. 1 out of 2 at the line. Lead is 3 for Richard Bland. Here's Rivera front court. Rivera attacks, blows right past the defense, and finger rolls it in. Balanced offense both ways. Williams scoreless so far, spinning, attacking, and scoring. Well, I'm 750 miles away, but I heard Jolie Carswell yelling at her team that entire break as Kaya Starling buries the triple. She's up to 7 points. We are tied at 20. Hill lost the dribble, and Starling with an easy steal. Kennedy to the bucket. Kennedy coast to coast. Williams, what a pass. And Destiny with the bucket. Handoff to Rivera on the right side. Now Smith at the half circle, back to Williams up top. Rivera, set shot is good for Chelsea. So Rivera's got 7. Welcome back, everybody, as we're set to go here in the second half. It's Brunswick 28, Richard Bland 24. Chris Shema, glad to be back with you for this Region 10 matchup. First of a doubleheader. Guys game against Wake Tech coming up about a half hour after this game is complete. For Richard Bland, leading scorer in the first half was Ariana Brent, 8 points. Denia McClure right behind her with 7, so they're both right about their season averages. And then 3 points for Early and 2 apiece for Hill, Meaner, and Hodges. For Brunswick, Princess Kennedy with 8 points. Kaya Starling, Chelsea Rivera have 7 points each. 4 for Destiny Mitchell and 2 for Nashia Williams. So Williams brings the ball into the forecourt as we're underway here in this second half. Dolphins trying to sweep Richard Bland this season. And Richard Bland trying to salvage the road trip after falling yesterday against Cape Fear. First half, 4 ties, 1 lead change. It's been relatively close. No team has led by more than 5. The runner is no good by Williams. Rebound controlled by Meaner. And here comes Richard Bland with their first possession in this second half. Second to last home game for the Dolphins. With you on Friday for Lewisburg. That game that has been thrice made up. And I think finally going to play that one on Friday. 2 road games between now and Friday for Brunswick, so a busy week. 4 games in a week span. They'll be at Fayetteville Tech Monday and Cape Fear on Wednesday. And then we wrap the regular season against Lewisburg Friday. Here's Kaya Starling, Destiny Mitchell at the free throw line. No communication there. Brent came from behind, and Destiny fouled her. But that's where your teammates got to say, look out. Somebody's got to be paying attention there, and nobody was. So turnover gives it back to Richard Bland. First foul of the quarter. And it's on Brunswick. So Meaner will inbound it now. Brent went through a pretty hot stretch in that second quarter with 8 points. It's Early backing down Kaya Starling. Boy, the defense today for Brunswick has been money. Starling thought about stepping into a triple. Instead, hands off to Chelsea Rivera. Rivera cut off on the baseline. It's through the legs of Kennedy, but Starling is there with 15 on the shot clock. Here's Princess. The mid-range shot is good. Kennedy now first player in double figures with 10. As Brunswick takes a 6-point lead, biggest lead for either team today. Brent in the front court. Again, it's Early in that corner spot. Hodges back to Brent, now McClure. Hodges on the wings. Almost looks like a 3-2 zone here for Brunswick. With the shot clock at 5, it's McClure. They got to get something. Brent finds the space, can't get the bucket. Offensive rebound Early, no good. Here comes Brunswick. Trying to build on its biggest lead. Kaya Starling lost it out of bounds. Brunswick 4-14, 3-7 at home, 2-14 in Region 10. Stateswomen are 5-16, 5-13 in the region, and 2-7 on the road. Hodges, Meaner in the corner, back to Hodges, now Brent. They bring Hill into the game, gets it down low. McClure bucket in the foul. And an opportunity for her to get into double figures. I think she had 8 free throw attempts in the first half. Now this will be free throw attempt number 9. And she misses. Rebound by Mitchell. So Kennedy remains the lone player in double figures. Rivera looking for Mitchell, passes off the mark, and it's off Hill. So Dolphins will retain possession here with 7:10 to go in the third. Another sub as Newborn will come in. Destiny Mitchell, no good. Nice defense there by Meaner. Brent into the front court. Hill out deep. McClure, Brent, and now it's Meaner for 3. Tipped rebound comes to Williams. Stateswomen getting back defensively, so no fast break opportunity for Brunswick here as Chelsea Rivera goes to Starling on the left wing. Princess Kennedy attacking. Rebound by Meaner. Newborn gets it down low. Extra passes finding the open Hill, who misses the 3. McClure's got another offensive rebound into Hill. Flip shot is good. That's her first field goal. Diana Hill now with 4. So 6-point lead is down to 2. Chelsea Rivera throws it off the glass. No, follows or miss. The reverse is good. Chelsea Rivera now with 9 points. Mewborn is open in the corner, and she's got her first bucket. Maya Mewborn, 3.6 points per game on the board for the first time here this afternoon. Lead back to 2. Starling, pull up from the elbow, got it to go. Kyla Starling now with 9 points. Hill into the front court. Turnaround McClure, able to get it go. And McClure now with 11. 2-point game. The offense is starting to pick up here in this third quarter for both teams. Williams to Kennedy. Kennedy draws contact, and Princess Kennedy with her 10 points will go to the free throw line when we come back. 4:50 left to go here in the third quarter. Brunswick clinging to a 2-point lead. back, everybody. 4:50 left to go here in this third quarter, and Brunswick has a 2-point lead. Dolphins have led by as many as 6 here in this third quarter, but Richard Bland continues to stick around here in this one as Princess Kennedy goes to the free throw line. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you. Wherever you're watching from, we appreciate it. Kennedy 54% at the line this season. Stuck on 9 points here today. Now Kennedy with 11, excuse me. I was looking at the wrong notes. So Kennedy was in double figures. Now she's got 11, matching McClure for the game high. Speaking of McClure, her flip shot is no good. Rivera with the rebound. Williams, Mitchell's on the bench. Smith in the game. Runner no good by Starling. Rebound by Mewborn. Hill front court with it. Tough angle there for Brent. Found McClure. Now it's tipped out to Mewborn, who attacks. And it's Brent for 3. It is a triple. So Brent, McClure with 11 points each, 22 of the 35. I mentioned they average on the season about half of their team's points. And we are tied for the 5th time here today. Dolphins almost turn it over here. Kennedy gets the tip pass. Swings it out to Williams. 15-footer is good. So Williams, her second bucket. She's got 4. Brunswick leads it by 2 again. Again, both offenses flowing a little bit better. Mewborn hit one there for moments ago, way off that time. It's saved by Meaner, bucket no good by McClure, and then she throws it away. So sloppy possession there for Richard Bland. Dolphins get the stop they need as they try to increase their lead again. Kaya Starling, pass tipped. Brent was ready for it. Brent going coast to coast, puts it up, can't get the bounce. That's going off Kennedy out of bounds, back to Richard Bland. .301 to go here in the third quarter. Destiny Mitchell checking back in. Kennedy goes out. Hill to inbound it. Brent for 3 again. Not that time. Rebound by Hill. Hill put back no. McClure the rebound. McClure flip shot is good. Brunswick giving up way too many offensive rebounds here in this third quarter. And we are tied for the 6th time here this afternoon. Starling catch and shoot. Buries the triple. Starling now, the game second leading scorer with 12 points. McClure has the game high 13 right now as they get it to her at the free throw line. Leaves it out. Meaner with the fake. Meaner runner no. Another offensive rebound. This time Mewborn, and we got a whistle. It was a kick ball, so it won't be Dolphins basketball. We'll stay here, and they'll put 20 on the shot clock. So Hill to inbound it. Here's Brent. Starling the box out. Throw ahead to Rivera. Chelsea Rivera's got numbers. Leaves it for Williams. The bank is not opened. And we got a foul on the rebound on Brunswick. That's team foul number 3 with still 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go in the third quarter. Richard Bland just 1 foul so far here in the quarter. Hill over to Brent on the right wing. Brent and McClure like that little screen and roll. Instead, they go to Mewborn, who buries her second bucket of the quarter. Brunswick up by just one now. Tight game, wire to wire so far here today. Destiny Mitchell open on the back door. Makes the extra pass out to Williams. Williams jumper no. Fight for the rebound. It's going to be a jump ball, and I believe it'll stay with Brunswick. Nope, it's going to Richard Bland. My correction. Final road game of the regular season for Richard Bland, trying to end it on a high note before they take on Brandon Stratton this week at home. Offensive foul going to be called on Hill, who was trying to force her way in. Nice job by Chelsea to take the charge there for Brunswick. Princess Kennedy is going to come back into the game with 1:09 to go until halftime. Rivera turns on the Jets to Princess. She's blocked from behind, gets it back, too strong off the glass. And then two Richard Bland players going for the basketball. Mewborn and Meaner hit it out of bounds, so another opportunity here for Brunswick on this possession. Starling to inbound. Starling gets it back. Destiny trying to pick up the assist. Instead, she's got an offensive rebound. Now here's Starling going behind the back, lost the handle. It's recovered by Mitchell, trickles it out to Kennedy, and it's not pretty, but it works. Kennedy now with 13. Brunswick leads by 3. 33 seconds to go. So about 7 second difference game in shot clock here. That pass is high. It's saved by Brent, but taken back by Brunswick. Shot clock is off. Dolphins have numbers. Starling lost the dribble and then threw it away. Ugly. Here is Brent. Mewborn. Dolphins will try to get it off here. Can't do it at the buzzer, but they do have a 3-point lead. 42-39. This has been tight throughout, so come on back for what should be an exciting finish. Welcome back, everybody. Chris Schema, glad to be with you. 10 minutes to go in this one as we get ready for the fourth quarter. And game that's been nip and tuck. 6 ties, just 1 lead change here today. But Brunswick right now leads at 42-39. Rivera, Williams, Princess Kennedy, Starling, and Mitchell, the 5 out there to start the final quarter for Brunswick. Trying to sweep Richard Bland for the first time ever. This third-year program has had Brunswick's number. Here's the elbow jumper by Rivera off the mark. Hill's got the rebound. Hill Left of the lane, into the lane, can't get it to go. Yet another offensive rebound for McClure, who's now got a game-high 15 points. Right at her season average. 1-point game. Chelsea Rivera in the Kennedy. Kennedy draws contact on Meaner. Princess Kennedy will go to the free throw line, trying to match McClure. Kennedy's got 13 points today. Dolphins at home this year, plus 11 in points per game, shooting 36% from the field, just 31% on the road. They're plus 9 in rebounds per game, plus 3, and also averaging close to 4 blocks per game. Kennedy misses the first. So Kennedy now with 14, Brunswick by 2. Brunswick is led by as many as 6. Richard Bland is led by as many as 4. So we have not been separated by much tonight. Early in the game, gets it down low, and McClure is feeling all kinds of good right now. She's up to 17. We got our 7th tie here in the game. 43 apiece. Williams with 4 points, hands it off to Starling, who's got a dozen. Destiny Mitchell, corner shot off the back rim. Princess Kennedy, the rebound, lost the handle, recovered by Williams. Chelsea Rivera, Starling, Mitchell, now Rivera. Here's Williams, the jumper is good. Williams now with 6, Brunswick back on top. 8:25 to go in the game. And we're going to get a timeout from Richard Bland. 8:22 to go. Brunswick leads it 45-43. Welcome back, everybody. 8:22 to go here in the game, and Brunswick leads Richard Bland 45-43. Chris Sheeman back here with you as we wind down the first of our doubleheader. The men's team, Dolphins, trying to remain unbeaten at home. Brunswick is 12-0 at home, looking for its 20th win of the season, taking on Wake Tech, and again, that'll be about a half hour after this game is completed. Scheduled for 3 p.m. I'd be surprised if we started that early, but depends on how the flow goes here in the final quarter of this one. Brent and Hill out there. Mewborn stays in. Early. 3 no good by Brent. And McClure, that's the 5 for Richard Bland. Starling handoff to Williams. Kennedy's begging for the basketball. They don't find her. They get it to Rivera instead, and the bucket is no good. Early the rebound. Hill across the timeline into the forecourt. They leave Brent alone, and that is her 3rd triple. Brent now with 14. We have just our 2nd lead change of the game. Boy, Dolphins got to recognize who there's only one 3-point shooter who's been hot today, and it's been her. You got to close out. Rivera's pass is tipped. Cross court they go to Starling. Back to Williams. Destiny Mitchell cut off. Kaya Starling trying to create something with the shot clock inside 10. Good aggressive play by Starling, who's got 14. Dolphins back on top. Back and forth we go, 3 minutes in here in this final quarter. Mewborn, McClure, and again Brent is open. And again she makes them pay. I mean, how many times are you going to make that mistake if you're Brunswick? 2-point lead for Richard Bland. Williams attacks. Williams is fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. Nashia Williams, 44% at the line this season. Richard Bland, 2 team fouls. None yet for Brunswick here in the final quarter. Williams, good game offensively with 6 points. And short on the first free throw, can still get her team within 1 here. One out of 2 for Williams, who now has 7. 49-48, Richard Bland with the basketball up by 1. This looks like a zone for Brunswick here. Down low, McClure goes to Early, who banks it in. Offense has really picked up in the second half for Richard Bland. They had just 22 points at halftime. Kaya Starling. Chelsea Rivera left alone. Her jumper is long. Rebound Hill. Richard Bland can take its biggest lead here. And I think if they get a bucket, we might see a timeout for Brunswick. The hot hand is Brent. Finally misses one. And we got a jump ball on the possession era. I believe we're going to stay with Richard Bland here. So McClure forces the tie-up. Stateswomen keep possession, leading by 3. Hill looking to inbound, and it's right to Starling. Out on the break, Kennedy. Kennedy puts it up, can't score, but she's fouled and will go to the free throw line. Three team fouls now on Richard Bland. Kennedy with 14 points tonight. Kennedy misses them both. 2 big misses there. Early's got the rebound. Here come the Stateswomen. The runner, no good by Mewborn. Offensive rebound by McClure, and she's fouled. That's the first foul in the quarter on Brunswick with 5:38 to go in the game. McClure, free throw attempts number 9 and 10, I believe. Where were we at? I think these are 10 and 11. McClure now with a game-high 18 points. So Richard Bland matches its biggest lead. McClure now with 19. Biggest lead for the Stateswomen, 5. Dolphins got to get back to some kind of flow offensively here. Kaya Starling's had a nice game with 14. She'll fire a triple and buries another one. Dolphins are within 2, 17 for Kaya. Brent also with 17. They go to Mewborn, who throws it away. Oh, Williams did a nice job to get rid of that ball as she was falling out of bounds. Chelsea Rivera going to work. Rivera scoop, no, but she's fouled. At the midway point of the final quarter, Brunswick with an opportunity to tie the game. It's the 5th foul on Early. So again, got to keep track of that. Richard Bland is down to just 1 sub left. And I believe we're going to go to a timeout. So free throws when we come back. 5 minutes to go in the game. It's Richard Bland by 2. Dolphins will try to tie us up here. All right, welcome back. Dolphins at the free throw line, and it's Chelsea Rivera, best free throw shooter on the team, with 9 points today, trying to tie the game. Chris Sheeman back with you. So Rivera now in double figures with 10. And so far today, we've had 4 lead changes, and we now have 8 ties. Even Steven at 53 apiece. We're past the midway point in the final quarter. Much like the 2-point victory for Brunswick and Petersburg, this one going down to the wire. Here's Brent cut off. McClure, Hill, Mewborn. Drives in. Pass was off the mark. It's another steal for Brunswick. Well, I got to think they're 14-15 steal range here today, the Dolphins, much like the first meeting. Here's Chelsea Rivera on the left wing with it. Williams with 7 points today. Kaya Starling, another triple, and it goes again for Kaya. Starling has 20. Brunswick leads. Kaya's now the game's leading scorer. She has really heated up. This is like a 1-2-2 zone, I believe, for Brunswick here. They're definitely trying to trap, force turnovers, as that's a tough, aggressive play there by Hill, who's now got 6 points. Richard Bland within 1 again. Rivera right wing. Rivera steps left. Her triple goes in. It's a 2-pointer, they say. Foot was on the line, but Dolphins by 3 again. Rivera now with 13 points. Hill over to Brent. She's been hot from deep. She has 4 triples. And how about that defense from Chelsea? Able to deflect it off Brent. Brunswick gets a big turnover here. Williams gets a screen. Back out to Rivera. Kaya Starling, the hot hand here in the second half. The runner, no good. Rebound controlled by Hill. Hill going coast to coast, draws contact, couldn't get the friendly roll. But she will go to the free throw line here. Nyana Hill with 6 points today. Looking for more at the charity stripe. Second team foul on Brunswick, 4 on Richard Bland. First foul on Chelsea Rivera today. So Hill now with 7. And now 8. 1-point game again. Inside 3 to go. Hang on. Williams, it's a screen, goes left side with it. Doesn't have much over there. Rivera top of the key. Kaya Starling to Destiny Mitchell. Her turnaround jumper too strong. Kennedy, the put back. Kennedy, no. Kennedy stays with it, misses again. McClure with the rebound. Here come the Stateswomen trying to get the lead back now. Catch and shoot, Brent for 3. Oh my gosh. That's the way it's been today for Brent. Touched everything and went in. Brent now matches Starling for a game-high 20 points. 5th lead change of the game along with 8 ties. Chelsea Rivera out to Kaya. They go to Kennedy. Kennedy over a double team. Bucket and the foul. We are tied again. Opportunity now for Princess to get an old school 3-point play and put her team on top with 2:07 to go in the game. Can't do it. So 9 ties, 5 lead changes. Even at 60, inside 2 to go as Hill walks it up. Again, that 1-2-2. Mewborn gets it down low. Back to Mewborn, contested shot, got it to go. Boy, she has not shot well this year, but she's making some big buckets here in the second half for Richard Bland. Stateswomen by 2, minute 35 to go. Destiny Mitchell out to Starling. Starling pull up, no. Rebound by McClure. Chance to make it a 2-possession game. Around a minute to go. If you can do that here, if you're Richard Bland, yeah, you can advance the ball in the women's game, but in a tight game like this, they leave Mewborn open, and she buries another one. Mewborn with 8. She came in shooting 17% from the field. Williams, Destiny Mitchell. Mitchell will try a triple. No. Clock's your friend right now for Richard Bland. Hill walks it up. Rivera applying some pressure. Dolphins might want to be aggressive here. They have just 2 fouls. If they have to get Richard Bland in the bonus, I'm saying play aggressive. Put it on the officials to make a call. And if you're aggressive and you get a steal without a call, so be it. Here's the steal Brunswick needed. Chelsea Rivera throws it ahead to Kennedy. 24 seconds to go. Princess pull-up, bank shot, yes. 2-point game. Kennedy with 16. Timeout. 20.7 left to go. We'll take time. We'll come right back. Okay, so Richard Bland not going to advance the basketball here. Instead, they'll play it in the backcourt. Dolphins got a foul here. Instead, they let Hill go right to the hoop, and she misses. So the window is open. Well, I thought Hill went too quick there. Kennedy attacks. Kennedy can't tie us, but we are going to have free throws. The foul on Richard Bland. With 6 seconds left. Kennedy's not a great free throw shooter. Needs them both here. No good on the first one. Now if I'm Brunswick, I only have 2 team fouls here. So Kennedy's going to get one more, but it would almost behoove Brunswick to have her miss this. Try for the offensive rebound. With 6 seconds left, there's not really going to be enough time to pick up 3 quick fouls and get the basketball back, and that assumes Richard Bland misses its free throws. So we'll see what they decide to do. We'll take another timeout. We'll come right back. Okay, welcome back, everybody. So 6.3 left to go. Dolphins have one more free throw here for Princess Candy. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they intentionally try to miss this, try for the offensive rebound. With just 2 team fouls, you don't really have much time to play the foul game with just 6 seconds. So they do miss. The rebound is controlled by McClure. She's fouled, but three seconds almost came off the clock there. So that's what I was saying, really the only hope for Brunswick in this scenario.
Let's go, Princess.
We'll see if Richard Bland will call time. They're not calling timeout to advance the basketball here. I'm not sure what the holdup here is. I think they might have checked something with the clock. And now they're going to call timeout. I mean, they could have done that 30 seconds ago. So Richard Bland will advance the basketball again. Brunswick with just 3 team fouls. So it looks like it's just a matter of time here. And the Dolphins might just not have enough of it. But we'll see if they can maybe force a steal. Dolphins still have 2 timeouts of their own. So if the Dolphins can get a steal here or a jump ball, because Brunswick does have the possession arrow, they can conceivably, force something to happen, get a timeout, advance the basketball, and have an opportunity. But that's really all they have. They can't play the foul game. There's not enough time for that. It's going to be Mewborn to inbound it here for Richard Bland. They get it into Brent, and that is team foul number 4, so that ran about 0.8 off the clock. So Mewborn now will inbound it again. That's the one you want to foul if you're Brunswick. Hill just 53% free throw shooter. So 1.8, so I was wrong. There is enough time left here. Basically, the situation for Richard Bland is they closed the door with 2 free throws, 1 or none, and that door is still open for Brunswick. So we'll see what Hill can do here. She's got 8 points today. But again, just 53% on the season. Hey, hit them when it counts. Don't matter, percentages don't matter right now if she goes 2 for 2. Missed it, and we got a lane violation called here on Richard Bland. Okay, so that window is open. Dolphins need a 3 with 1.8 seconds left to go. We'll see what Joe Gallion will draw up for his team, and we'll come back and finish this one up here in just a moment. right, Dolphins still do have a timeout if they need it. So that's important to keep in mind. If you don't like what you have on the inbound here, you still have a timeout to work with. 1.8, you got enough time for a dribble or two, but can't play with fire too much. They get it into Starling. Starling with the fake, fires it, and misses at the buzzer. Richard Bland avenges their home loss to Brunswick, and they get out of town with a 65-62 victory. A game that had 9 ties and 5 lead changes. No team led by more than 6. But the Stateswomen able to beat Brunswick here today. Richard Bland 6-16, 6-13 in the region, and 3-7 on the road. Dolphins dropped to 4-15. They are 3-8 at home and 2-15 in the region. We got to go, folks. Coming up at about half hour from now, we'll have game number 2. It's the Dolphins taking on Wake Tech on the guys' side. That'll be coming up here in 30 minutes.